Hello, my name is Sarah, and this is Mindful Metanoia, where we use astrology and tarot to help us take aligned action towards our desires by taking advantage of the energies at play. This is a forecast for Aries Rising people and a tarot reading as well. If the energy feels aligned and resonant, then I think the tarot reading should be a helpful tool. There's a lot of ways all of this energy can play out, and it's just important to take what feels true and leave the rest for someone else. And play with how these themes could be showing up for you. So this is a forecast for the new moon in Taurus that we are having on Saturday, May 16th. And there's a few other things happening as well within the energy that we're playing with. So we also have Mars and Chiron coming together in Aries on that same day. And then I'm looking at the next day, we have a Venus sextile Chiron, and then we also have a Mercury and Uranus conjunction in Gemini, which is pretty big. It's the first time they're coming together since Uranus has been in Gemini, and it's going to be some exciting news, or maybe something unexpected is going to come through. So you may or may not be feeling this energy. For my Aries rising people, you are having this new moon in your second house. So Taurus represents your second house. This is a place where finances are involved. It represents our possessions in this life, the things that we own and the things that we hold value in. So also the way we feel about ourselves and our self-worth. This is a great opportunity to be planting seeds. A new moon is always going to be about planting seeds and just starting something new, starting a new beginning. And you could be taking this quite literally and maybe cleaning out your closet. Both Taurus and your second house represent your physical items. And a new moon is a fresh start. So you could just be getting rid of some things. The sun wanted to come out really quick here. So maybe that's just it. Maybe you are having a garage sale. This is also a really good time to begin any financial starts. If you are thinking about investing, if you're thinking about selling something, something to do with your savings, I would say, more so than investing, if that makes sense. So maybe not a time where money's coming in, but it is a great time to start becoming a little bit more responsible in that area. Taurus represents all of the luxurious and exciting things that we buy ourselves, the things that make us feel really good, the things that feel sensual. So those things are usually expensive. So looking at the way that you're saving, Taurus really is about kind of the long game, the long-term goals. And it's just a really good time to just even start coming up with your ideas or any new beginnings that you want to see bloom. Definitely 6 months down the road, but even longer, like a year down the road or longer. So with Mars and Chiron coming together at the same time in your first house, that could feel a little confronting if you have been dealing with any tender moments lately. It's kind of like it could be a feeling like your wounds are on display a little bit. Chiron is the wounded healer. So I would say that would be kind of like your worst case scenario energy. Best case, if we look at maybe the higher octave of expressing this energy, we are looking at the ways in which we've healed and how can we tell that story as a part of who we are and not be the victim. We're learning how to kind of alchemize that pain into lessons and into being able to help others go through the same thing. So even if that is creating, let's say, art from the things that caused you pain that then help inspire others, that gives your pain purpose. And it's always hard to say it's not here forever. You've had Chiron sitting in your first house for a while, I think since like 2019. And so you're coming to the end. It will be leaving this year. It might travel back a little bit, but eventually you are coming to the close of this chapter. And it's really important that you find the salve in the things that have hurt you. Find the reason that they're here, because I think it's really important to remember that we aren't victims of our own lives. And the way we view life and the way we deal with our challenges defines us as either being a victim or finding our strength and being able to inspire others and build momentum and build resilience and find creative ways to regenerate. So I think if we want to use this energy for its highest possible outcome, definitely make sure you are tending to your wounds. Don't try to fight it, because that's when it shows up in weird ways and affects people around you. And one thing to remember about Chiron being in the first house is that feeling of just not being the victim. I think of any Disney villain, they always felt like they were the victim first. And it breeds this negativity and becomes very disempowering when nothing was ever guaranteed to be feeling really good all the time, which a Taurus moon would want to believe. The challenges are here to show us where we can grow. It's the only way to grow. And that is actually scientifically true. In order to change your brain, and learn something really quickly and really well, you need adrenaline. Or I forget what they're calling it. It's something else. It's like neuroepinephrine or something. But anyway, it courses through your body, and after you rest and integrate what happened, they've seen that's where we kind of quickly learn. And yeah, that's why when you hurt yourself doing something, you learn pretty quick. So the next day, on the 17th, we have Venus sextiling Chiron again. And this does give the sense of a helping hand, a opportunity. So a sextile is always a opportunity if you're willing to grab it. It's not guaranteed. This is where playing with the energy can come in handy, because it can maybe give you a little boost of confidence to try something new. If it's something that has popped into your head and now you're seeing a little bit of a green light from astrology, it can be a fun way to play with the energy and see it go well. Venus is the sign that rules Taurus. She is all about beauty and wealth and feeling really good. And it's love, it's sweetness. And she is sitting in Gemini in your third house of communication. And I feel like there could be a really beautiful blessing coming your way if you're open to it. And it's coming through either your local community or maybe your siblings, kind of like your close acquaintances, I would say. Something is here. And if you don't have a lot of people around you, then writing is going to be really important. And that would be a good way to play with the energy anyway. Third house will represent writing. So we have Venus there giving this opportunity to Chiron, which is helping you heal and helping you maybe get your point across about how you heal. And then that same day, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus. And this feels like unexpected news. This is happening in your third house again. So communications from siblings or just local people around you. If you like to write, it's a really good time to just free write, see what comes through, just write down whatever comes through. It's a great brainstorming day. It's a great day to just pay attention to the words around you. Third house really represents words. Mercury is our communications, and it's coming up right against Uranus, which is always something unexpected. So it could even just be like a quick aha moment, and make sure to write that down, because those things come and go quite quickly. I think that's going to be an exciting day. So that is Sunday on May 17th. So, Aries, that's what you have going on, astrologically speaking. If that resonates, then we are going to do a quick tarot pull to see if we can get any more clarity on how you can best utilize the energy for the new moon in Taurus on May 16th. Okay, so you have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords. I'm going to get about 6 or so out here. Oh, we have the Ten of Swords. Swords are all about communication. Looks like things are going better. You've got, I mean, the 5 to the 9 to the King of Swords. Swords are all about communication. So I definitely think the best way for you to utilize this energy is to write, play into your 3rd house of communications. And there's almost this like growth happening. If we're looking at kind of Chiron and the wounding, it feels like, you know, you are healing, and there is a lot of work that you've put in, whether you can see that clearly or not. It kind of feels like maybe you don't always see it clearly, but there is a lot of progress here. Yeah, I see that. It does feel really hard, Aries. It almost feels like you're like, is this ever gonna end? And you almost can't even see how far you've come. You need to sit down and give yourself a lot of credit. So maybe that's something that you're writing about, is maybe you were in that victim mentality and you have grown into this king mentality of being really discerning and understanding what is for you and what's not for you. Yeah. Okay, let's just do some clarity on that. There's, yeah, the Tower. Queen of Cups. And let's go one more. And the High Priestess. I think this new moon can be such a beautiful, like, clarity point for you. Definitely do work with Venus. Work with Venus for writing. Venus in Gemini right now wants you to write. Maybe it'll be poetry, maybe it's not writing, maybe it's just talking to people around you, whatever feels resonant and like something that you feel called to do. But your intuition is, it's almost like you figuring out with this Chiron on your 1st house this whole time has been you really kind of working towards this big change. And it feels internal. It might be external for some of you, but it feels very like on the intuitive level. It feels like on the emotional level. It feels like very like your own personal journey. Whether people have been watching you or noticing all the changes. So I'm going to see if there's anything else. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It is definitely a karmic time. It's what you've healed is almost changing the winds for you. So really own what that is. And I want to say, like, take advantage of it in a way. Really jump on the opportunities that are presenting themselves. To really utilize this Venus sextile Chiron, I would get out there in your community a little bit, or just pay attention to the invites or the messages that just are coming through. Any little thing that might just feel like it hits a little different, maybe just write it down and maybe it will inspire you. Who knows what? These things just kind of pop up. But it's always good to just pay attention and just notice. So that's all I have for you, Aries. Thank you for being here if you've made it this far. And I should be doing this for hopefully the next full moon for you as well, and be doing this here for the new moons and full moons. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.